5 reasons why the U.S. will always support Israel. 1. Israel is the linchpin of America's Middle East strategy. Israel is the largest recipient of U.S. foreign aid. The U.S. commitment to military aid stands at $3.8 billion per year. That's the minimum amount stipulated by a 2019 agreement. Since 1972, the U.S. has also extended loan guarantees to Israel. It's Israel's largest trading partner. This relationship only began in earnest after the 1967 Six-Day War, but it has been expanding dramatically since then. Israel began to be seen as a useful Cold War ally. Soviet influence in the Middle East was huge. The U.S. needed to make sure Israel stayed firmly pro-Western. This corresponded to the American policy of containment. But once the Cold War ended, the U.S. position didn't change. Stability in the Middle East had become a key pillar of American foreign policy. For the same reason, the U.S. supports Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. But Israel is considered more reliable for another reason. 2. Israel is the only democracy in the region. Israel has often been criticized for undemocratic policies. However, it has something its neighbors don't: political stability. Despite the many upheavals, Israel has free and fair elections. It has a functioning judiciary and a robust civil society. This makes it a natural ally to the United States. But Israel is also secretive enough to be of use for other things. 3. Israel is perfect for clandestine dealings. It has served as a conduit for U.S. arms to third parties. These were regimes and movements unpopular in the U.S. No president would risk granting direct military assistance to them, so it would be routed through Israel. Parties supplied via Israel have included apartheid-era South Africa, the military junta in Guatemala, the Nicaraguan Contras, and even the Islamic Republic of Iran. The Iran-Contra affair was all done through Israel. That was when Reagan illegally sold TOW missiles to the Iranians. The proceeds were used to fund the Contras. Israeli military advisors assisted the Contras directly. They've also helped the Salvadoran junta and foreign occupation forces in Namibia. Support for Israel, on the other hand, is risk-free. 4. Supporting Israel is good politics in the U.S. Congressional votes on issues relating to Israel are an anomaly. The Senate resolution supporting Israel's offensive in Gaza passed unanimously. You don't see that unanimity with other bills. But American politicians are attuned to the voters' preferences. The American public is overwhelmingly pro-Israel. Israel is viewed as a natural ally in the war on terror. Objectively, it's the most westernized country in the Middle East. Americans also cite shared values as the biggest reason for their support. Religious groups are also important factors. American Jews and evangelical Christians are pro-Israel. These are two of the most politically engaged groups in the U.S. They are major constituencies in the Democratic and Republican parties. Finally, there's another group that can't be ignored. 5. The U.S. has a huge pro-Israel lobby. It's the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or AIPAC. It has been ranked the second most powerful lobby in Washington. Interestingly, AIPAC loses on plenty of issues, but surveys show that it's perceived as hugely powerful on Capitol Hill. Some argue that AIPAC directly influences American foreign policy. Others say there's no evidence for these claims. AIPAC pushed for more sanctions on Iran in 2014. The sanctions were designed to kill the U.S.-Iran nuclear negotiations. AIPAC lost that one, but they did win another one. Obama tried to halt settlement growth in the West Bank. Israeli supporters pressured Obama to drop it, which he did. Either way, AIPAC is certainly a major player